Do you know the 5 ways that Americans use the phrasal verb take off in English? I am going to go over all 5 meanings with you. We're going to start with the more common meanings and make our way to the more advanced ones. So make sure to stay until the end so that you do not miss anything. Let's go. Take off meaning number 1, to remove clothing. Now this is the most basic and common meaning. So we're talking about removing something from your body. Some examples are, can you please take off your shoes before coming in the house? Or, he took off his jacket. She took off her glasses. I'm going to take off my coat. Imagine a student walks into a classroom with a hat on. At school, you can't wear hats. And the teacher looks at the student, confused. The teacher says, "Excuse me, can you please take your hat off?" The teacher saying, "Can you please remove your hat?" A quick grammar tip. When we say take off, we're going to have the item of clothing after take off. But you can also use a pronoun. If you're going to use the pronoun, you're going to place the pronoun in the middle. We would say, take it off. I'm going to take it off. Or we take off your coat. Take off your coat or take it off. Never place the pronoun at the end. Take off meaning number 2, to leave, usually quickly. Americans say this all the time. To leave suddenly, or to leave quickly. This is casual and very natural. Instead of saying, I must depart or I have to leave, Americans say, I gotta take off. Some very common examples would be, I have to take off. We took off after dinner. She took off without saying goodbye. He has to take off early. I'm going to take off now. Take off meaning number 3, to become successful or grow quickly. We're talking about to suddenly become popular, to suddenly grow, or to become successful quickly. Some examples are, her YouTube channel really took off, or the business took off last year. His career took off after that movie. Sales are starting to take off. Now this means it grew quickly and became successful. Take off meaning number 4. This take off is when we talk about airplanes. When a plane takes off, it means the plane leaves the ground or the plane begins flying. And Americans use this expression all the time when talking about flights. When an airplane starts moving down the runway, it moves faster and faster. Then the wheels lift off the ground and the plane begins flying in the air. At that moment, we say, the plane took off. Now let's look at some examples. Imagine you're waiting at the airport. You look at one of the screens that are in the departure area and you search for your flight number. You might say to a friend, our flight takes off at 8:30. This is the time at which your flight is going to leave. Now let's imagine you're sitting near the window on the plane. The plane starts moving down the runway faster and faster. Then suddenly, the wheels leave the ground. Someone might say, we're taking off. This means, again, the plane is beginning to fly. Let's imagine now that someone asks you, when does your flight leave? Your answer could be, my flight takes off at 6 a.m. Americans say this very often instead of leave. With this meaning, it's really important to note that take off is not separable. We cannot put words in the middle. So it has to be the plane took off. Nothing can come between took and off or take and off. Take off meaning number 5. This is to take time away from work or school. Now, when someone takes time off, it means they do not go to work, they do not go to school, and they take time off to rest, travel, or handle personal things. Americans say this very often in everyday conversation. When someone says, I'm taking the day off, It means they are not working that day. Maybe they're going on vacation, resting at home, feeling sick, or taking care of something personal. The important idea is that they normally go to work or school, but today they're not. I want you to imagine someone who has had a very stressful week. They decide they need a break. So they say, I'm going to take Friday off. What this means is that they will not go to work on Friday. Let's imagine someone who wakes up feeling very sick. They call their boss and say they can't come to work because they're sick. Later, someone might say, he took the day off because he was sick. This means he did not go to work that day. Let's imagine now someone is planning a vacation. They plan to travel for a week. They might say, I'm taking a week off. What this means is that they will not work for 1 week. And you will often hear this structure: to take and the time frame off. Some examples are take the day off, take Friday off, take a week off, or take 2 days off. Now let's look at the pronunciation. I want you to think that that K really connects to the O, like this. Take off, take off, take off. Now repeat after me. Take off, take off, take off. In the past, we would say, took off, took off, took off. Now, if you think that there may be other phrasal verbs that you don't quite understand in English, make sure to take a look in the description below. I have included my phrasal verbs playlist to help you out.